Hey y'all, Rob, welcome to a very hot West Texas day. It's already over 90 degrees outside and it's not even noon yet. Pushing 90 degrees inside the shop here, about 82. We've got plenty of hot weather coming, I can tell you that. We've got a whole week worth, maybe 10 days worth of the coolest, the lowest high temperature for the next several days is going to be 98 degrees. We're looking at 98, 100, 99, 102, 103. It's going to be pretty warm. I'm going to have to really sock the water to the garden out there to keep it going good. I fortunately got out there early this morning before it got warm and got most of it done before 9 o'clock that I had to do. Try and keep it alive. When we get through these hot spells, you got to be ahead of it because they'll burn them. I wanted to do a video here. Y'all all know who Steve is. And Steve, I used to think it was F-O-C-O. I thought Foco, like the Greek word for, anyway. Somebody else said it might be Foco. Steve, you're going to have to straighten me out on that. I don't know which it is. Hate to say it wrong. Anyway, Steve, y'all all know who he is, sent me something. He saw that I had some stuff in the garden that didn't sprout and we were going to do some seed trading. And I screwed up and only sent him 6 tomato seeds. That can't be right. I know good and well I put more in there than that. So maybe I'm getting old and feeble. There's a real good chance of that. But anyway, he, being the guy he is, sent... he went crazy. So he sent this thing right here. He said he's going to send me some hot pepper seeds. I thought, good, I like peppers. And he did. He sent pepper seeds. He sent them in this cool seed carrier too that could probably be used for other things as well. So he sent pepper seeds. Look at there. Serranos. Serranos are good. Sweet bananas are good. Habaneros. I don't know about that. And he said, these are my favorite cayennes right there. Cayenne peppers are absolutely my favorite peppers. They are just, boy, the taste and the flavor and the burn, man, they are just great. I love eating them. And then he sent a couple other kinds too, some jalapenos and some other things. But he also sent some other stuff. Steve is, he's a fun guy. He sent some sugar snap peas. I've never grown these, so I'm going to get some of those planted. We'll see what they do. And then being the observant guy, I can't believe this is an accident, but one of the things in the garden that I planted that didn't come up was some yellow wax beans. And so he sent some seeds. Now, the reason they didn't come up is I anticipated they weren't, because they were seeds that are going on 10 years old, 8 or 9 years old seeds, and they didn't come up. I say they didn't come up. 3 seeds out of 2 packages sprouted. So he sent 2 more packages. I have a feeling these will do a little bit better. They are this year's seeds, so I think they'll do just fine. And something else that didn't come up was pumpkin. Steve must have a really good camera, because I don't think I focused that close on the type of seeds that I planted that didn't come up, but he zoomed right in on it, I guess, and nailed it. So same kind of beans, same kind of pumpkins. That, by the way, since I did that last video on my garden, a whole bunch of those pumpkin seeds came up, and they were old seeds. So all of a sudden, we're going to have pumpkins running out of our ears, assuming the rabbits or rats don't get them. And he also, I'm telling you, Steve, by the way, if y'all aren't subscribed to Steve, that's just insane, because he's got the neatest short videos on some really cool stuff that are fun to watch, and they don't take much time, and they're really informative, and he's just a neat guy to even listen to. He's one of those guys that's got that olive oil soothing voice that just makes you feel all relaxed and comfortable. He also sent some other beans that didn't come up. Same brand, I don't know about same brand, but same kind. So I'm going to get some of those replanted and see what we can do it. And some acorn squash that didn't come up. I'm telling you, it's no accident the stuff he sent. He's clever that way. So I got more stuff I got to get out there and plant and get it in the ground. Now, let me stick these back in here right quick. Now, you know what, I'm not. I'm just going to move them out of the way for right now. I'll put them back in there in a second. I'll set them behind the unicorn. I found a unicorn when I was down hog hunting here a while back. We didn't think they existed for real, but there's one right there. How about that? Now, Steve also sent, and Steve, you're gonna have to walk me through this one, because I'm out of my knowledge zone here, which doesn't take much. Frankincense and myrrh. burn when needed. I'm not sure how you burn them. Do you light them on fire? Do you put he's going to have to help me with that, or maybe my wife will know what this is. My wife probably knows. I'll ask Taffy here about it when I see her. I can't wait to smell these. I don't have a clue what they're going to smell like. Right now there's no smell. Oh yeah, I can smell that. That's going to be fun. That's going to be fun. Steve, if nothing else, Steve is a fun guy. Now, he also sent something near and dear to my heart, and you'll find it is no surprise to see he sent me a bandana. Did you know I like bandanas? Y'all didn't know that, did you? And this one is kind of cool. This one is especially cool. Tito's Handmade Vodka. That's just, I like that. I like that. I don't know if orange is my best color, but it's going to be one of my best colors. Hey, we're going to do something here. We're going to have a bandana tying lesson. If you wear a bandana, there are right ways and wrong ways. I don't know if there's any wrong ways to do it. You can wrap it up just like a head wrap, a sweatband, or you can tie it the way I do, where it covers your whole head and keeps stuff out. But the way to do this, and you think everybody knows this, but I've learned that the things you think everybody knows, a lot of people don't know, me included. So, now one thing, some people wear these things here. This isn't a bandana. This is just, it's a skull cap that some people wear, and it just kind of hangs on there. It just kind of fits over, and you flop it on and you tie it. And some people wear them. A lot of guys that do welding wear these because they're easy on, easy off, and you just tie it in the back, and then it's there, no big deal. But it's not the same as a real bandana. A real bandana, pardon me, hot as it is, and I'm drinking hot coffee. That's pretty smart. Real bandanas do a lot better job. Now, I'm going to stand up right and do this right. To tie a bandana, like I said, you can do it 2 or 3 ways. Here's the way that I do it, and my battery is about to die. I hope, and we're still going, but so maybe we're going to go quick. The way to tie it, you can fold it into a triangle and do it, but I like mine to have a longer tail, so I fold mine where it's about like that, not quite all the way down, and then I can throw it over and pull it, and then wrap it, and then bring the tail back down. That way I've got a little bit of a tail hanging back there. And then you tie it just like a square knot. I wouldn't be surprised if my battery dies while I'm doing this, but a square knot, which means the right side over the left side and pull it up, and then the left side now over the right side, pull it up. If I can get the tail out of the way. There we go. And it makes a nice good tie like that you can tie up good and snug. And I like to pull mine where it's fairly snug and not hanging out. Okay, I'm back. Battery died. I knew it was going to. I just tore my pocket. That's great. I wear pants until they are flat worn out. Oh, I didn't tear my pocket. I tore the seat of my pants. That's wonderful. I can't keep a pair of shorts. Anyway, that's how you tie a bandana. That's where I stopped while ago. We'll see if this comes out, if I can splice these two together, or if this comes out. Just in case this comes out as a second part. Hi, this is Rob. Part 2 of a video response, a VR to Steve Foco for some cool seeds he sent me. So if you see this one, it says part 2, part 1 will be VR to Steve seeds, I guess. I don't know. I'm going to put a link for Steve in there too. Anyway, that's how I was tying a bandana, showing y'all how to do that, and so that's how it is. I like to pull mine up snug and tight, and there we go. This is a cool bandana, Steve. Thanks for this. I love bandanas. And this is, I don't think it's silk, but it's I don't know what it is. If it's cotton, it sure is a soft brushed cotton. I'll have to look and see. So anyway, I wanted to do that, mention that. Thank you, Steve. I appreciate those. I'm going to go out here in a minute, even in the heat, and get the yellow seeds in the ground, the yellow bean seeds in. And I'll probably get some of the peppers started in some cups, at least the cayennes. Oh boy, maybe the serranos. Serranos are awful good. They will, a serrano, if a serrano is grown right, you bite that thing, and they're not very big. I mean, the serranos we usually grow are not but about that. There we go, give you a size about that big. But I've seen serranos up to that size there, but they will light you up. I mean, they will scorch your gizzard. But we'll get some of them going. Now, I want to mention something else too. Here a while back, my father-in-law, Don, Big Daddy, sent these cool neck knives. He sent one for all of us. He sent one for each of the girls and for Happy Hair and for me. And they're just pretty neat little things. Oh, I did something the other day when I was out here. I was showing a friend of mine one of these, and I went to put it back in the case, and without thinking, I set it in there and just went to snap it in and just whopped it down in there. Well, they got this little spike on the end of it, and when I whopped it down in there, it was funny to everybody except me. So I'm not going to do that again. But this is just a cool little neck knife. It's relatively sharp. It's just a neat little knife. It'll be fun to have, and it'll be one of those that I probably won't carry around all the time because I'll be afraid of losing it. But anyway, Don, thanks. We all love them, just in case we hadn't told you. He sent these a few weeks ago, and so that's how far behind I am. I was also going to mention, Uncle Al had mentioned a book here a while back, and if you don't have this book, it's a good one to get. Steve also mentioned this on one of his videos, so that's the whole tie-in here. So Uncle Al, good job on mentioning this. This book, Stocking Up, has got loads and loads of stuff. What page do I have? Drying fish. Drying finned fish, in fact, is the page I've got marked, unless it's the other side, which is a recipe for chili con carne. So could be either one. So there's that. Another book that I've been going to mention for a long time and just hadn't done it. I probably should just do a separate video on books. Maybe I will. But a quick mention, this book right here came out at some point when I was a kid. What is the copyright date on this? Let's just look and see. The copyright date is 1959. That's the year I was born. I can tell you how many years ago that was. Turns out that's 59 years ago. Boy, that sounds bad when you say it that way. But anyway, I read this book when I was in 3rd grade, I think. Maybe 2nd or 3rd grade. Maybe 4th grade. I don't think it was that late. But this book was a book that inspired me when I was a kid and made me want to learn. I already was learning that stuff because my dad was big on camping. We were always camping and outside doing stuff. When we went camping with my dad, whether it was in the backyard or out somewhere off and beyond, we didn't use tents. We threw our blanket on the ground, and if we had a sleeping bag, we rolled a sleeping bag out on that, and if we just had blankets, we just used blankets. And that's how we slept. We'd wake up wet from the dew, blankets wet from the dew many mornings. If it rained lightly, we might get sprinkled on. Somehow, I don't remember ever getting hard rained on. If we had, we'd have, who knows what we'd have done. We'd have hung something up and got under something. We didn't use tents. When I camped with my dad, it was hardcore out on the ground camping. We built a fire, we cooked our food, we'd lay at night and look at stars. My dad was the first one that taught me how to watch the moon and see what it was doing and how to look up in the sky for satellites. But this book further inspired me. A kid that went out and just wanted to live out on his own for a year, just live off the land, and man, I loved it. And then they made it into a movie later on, which I thought was pretty cool too. But that's a book that inspired me. All right, that's about all I've got for right now. I do want to give a special shout out to my homie, Oscar. Oscar Rod's out in California, LA. He's dealing with some stuff right now, so everybody has some good positive thoughts for him. I got to talk to him on the phone last night. We got to trade some stuff off that was really good phone call. But thinking about you, bud, and just everybody that we said it a lot of times. I want to say it again. We love the support, all of us, I think, love the support that we have with each other, the way we kind of back each other up, and just that kind of feeling of, if not family, something close to it. Just the support that everybody gives everybody else. You know, I know everybody can't watch every video or comment or do all that kind of stuff, but every once in a while, just a little one-word comment, you know, something like that is a good thing, and everybody appreciates it. I've gotten real busy lately and sidetracked on a bunch of stuff, so I haven't done as much. But everybody, please know I'm still out there. I'm checking you out. I'm thinking about you. I'm doing what I can. But anyway, positive thoughts to everybody. Seemed like there was something else I was going to mention. I don't know what it was. That's it for now. Steve, thanks again. Man, I appreciate the seeds. I'm going to get them going out there, and we'll see if we can come up with something good to eat. So anyway, cheers, y'all.